Hey, what's going on, guys? Slightly different angle today, and we'll talk about that here in a minute, okay? We'll talk about that here in just a second. So, we got a lot of cool things. We got a lot of cool things happening today. And I've been thinking about today's live quite a bit since last night, actually. So, we're going to get this party started here in just a second. So, let me get everything rolling. Here. Okay. First thing going out is the push notification. So that's first things first. Okay. Push notification headed your way right now. So comment push once you guys see push. Next, we're going to dive into the tag, Facebook tag. Hey, everyone, join us live now for a push notification just went out. Special Friday live. Okay. Why am I the first one to post a comment? Why haven't you guys commented yet? Let's go. And of course, if you guys notice, let me see if I can get this back just a little bit there. I have my guitar with me here today. And this is going to come into play. Pardon the pun. This is going to come into play literally, in today's live. I'm going to be using this to talk about your business and how this is going to relate to your business. Okay. So a lot of good stuff going on today, and several updates, several things I want to talk to you guys about today. All of them are important. So we're going to pay close attention. You guys are going to pay close attention, maybe even take some notes, maybe even adapt, apply what you guys are learning and putting it into your business, I hope, because a lot of this is going to be really, really good. Okay, so here we go. And I'm drinking my coffee out of a container today because I don't have my normal mug because I was up early, out of the house early, had to drop my wife off at the airport. She's headed back to Boston for the weekend. So I have the house to myself for the weekend. That means I'm going to create a lot of content. That's usually what that means. Like, you think about like, hey, you have the house to yourself for like several days. What are you going to do? Like, you're going to go out and party and tear it up and do all kinds of fun stuff? No, I'm going to create content because I'm going to take advantage of having that time. Anyway, first things first, I got two things I want to talk about before I start talking about my guitar, and you'll realize why I want to talk about my guitar here, because saving the best for last, okay? All right, first things first, let's talk about sales, man. Sales are rock and rolling this week. We're having a really good sales week, and several of you guys are having a great sales week, okay? Remember in the beginning of the week, we kind of shouted out Clint because, and I showed you guys his TikTok channel, what he did over there, how he's focusing on the credit portion of my econ. Clint has multiple sales this week. I do want to shout out specifically two newcomers, okay? Because of course, hey, yo, balloons, what's up? We like that, right? Hey. And also today, because today is a special day, I got to say this. Love you guys. It's Valentine's Day. We love you. Okay. But shouting out specifically two people, David DeLeo Pisa. I hope I said your name right, David. David DeLeo Pisa. DeLeo Pisa. Anyway, I'm doing my best. Literally first week, and already has 2 sales. I mean, freaking awesome. The dude got started on Saturday. First week, already has 2 sales. Love it. Love it. And I want to share a story with you. And this right here, what I'm about to tell you is why we do what we do. This is literally why we do what we do. Okay? Remember all week, I kept shouting out a guy named Clifton Gordon. I said, I don't know who this Clifton Gordon is, but Clifton is brand new. Never seen the name before. Beginning of the week, had 2 sales. Just got started, had 1 sale, then had 2 sales. As of last night, you ready for this? No one knows who this guy is. No one knows who Clifton Gordon is. Okay? Clifton already has 7 sales. Just started again last Saturday. Already has 7 sales. And are you ready for this? All 7 sales are the $100 EBM membership level. All 7 sales. I finally figured out who on the team, where on the team Clifton is and who's Clifton under. Big shout out to Richard Hairston. Richard's a platinum on our team. Richard's been on our team for a couple months now. And here's what's awesome. And this is really the point. I want to emphasize this point, and I want you guys to understand this point that I'm going to tell you guys right now. Okay? So comment understand. Comment understand right now. I want you guys to understand what I'm going to tell you. This is what's important for you to understand. Okay? Richard sponsored Clifton. Okay? Richard sponsored Clifton. That's easy to understand. That's easy. That makes sense, right? Okay? Richard has no idea who Clifton is. Richard, when Clifton got started, Richard reached out to Clifton, sent him an email, sent him a text message, has not heard back from Clifton. And here's the magic in all that. Clifton literally must have some sort of experience in home-based business, because Clifton came on with no help from Richard, with no help from the team, with no help from anybody, and just went to work and started getting sales. And that right there is why we do this. That right there is the dream. That right there is, you bring somebody on, you have no idea who they are, and they just start producing. That is frigging awesome. And that's why we do what we do. So to zero it in even more, okay, Richard puts content out on YouTube, okay? Has a YouTube channel, puts content out about my econ. Clifton, most likely, and we don't even 100% know, but most likely, Clifton saw one of Richard's YouTube videos, got started, okay? And again, Richard and Clifton have never connected, okay? And Clifton just went to work. So in 7 days, has made 7 sales, all at the $100 level. Just quick math, 7 sales, $70 a sale, that's $490 in commissions in his first week. $490 in commissions in his first week. And I'm willing to bet he ain't even done yet. Probably going to finish today with 10 or 11 or even 12 sales. Okay? That's friggin' awesome. So I want you guys to understand this, please, that consistency here is the king. Putting out content is the king. Stretching yourself out of the comfort zone is the king. Like just getting out there and doing it, because you never know. You never know who you are going to attract. That's the beauty of this business. You never know who you're going to attract. So let's just say, let's say 30 days from now, 60 days from now, 90 days from now, what if Clifton adds 100, 300, 500 people to Richard's team? How amazing would that be? All from doing the basics, putting out content, making it happen. So on that note, and this is where we're going to shift gears. I'm going to do my best to allow you guys to kind of see what we're doing here and what I'm talking about. Okay, this is important. Okay, we're going to talk about this guitar right here and how this relates to your business. Okay, and I was thinking about this last night, and I was thinking about this morning, and I really hope what I'm going to share with you right now lands well. I hope you guys understand the point of what I'm trying to make here. And I hope you guys get what we talked about with Richard and Clifton and bringing somebody on. That's just the thing. You never know. But to that regard, when it comes to someone like Richard and him sponsoring someone like Clifton, and Clifton just coming in and going to work, and you don't even know who this person is. They just come in, they start with no help from you. They just go. You will never experience that if you give up and quit. You will never experience that. That will never come to you if you give up and quit. And that's what we're going to talk about right now. So for me, for those of you guys that don't know me, now we're going to do some story time, some storytelling. For those of you guys that don't know me, I've been playing music on a guitar since I was literally 10 years old. Okay, I picked up a guitar when I was 10 years old. Okay, now we're going to talk about your business and how that relates to guitar and how that relates to being a musician. Okay, now let's say hypothetically that you are going to learn to play guitar. Okay, and your dream, your goal was to become a professional musician. All right, so everyone comment musician right now. Let's say hypothetically your goal is to become a musician, a professional musician. You want to, for a career, you want to get paid to play music. That is the dream because you love music so much. Now, you could equate this to being a drummer, playing violin, playing piano, playing the French horn. It doesn't matter. But let's say that your goal was to be a professional musician because you loved music so much. You wanted to play music for a living and you wanted that to be your goal. That was your thing, your jam. Okay? For me, that was my goal for a while when I was in my teens and early 20s. That was my goal. I wanted to be a musician. I wanted to be in a band. I wanted to tour. I wanted to, make millions of dollars and, be on MTV Cribs and all that other crap, right? Well, I didn't really care about that, but that's what a lot of people did. So now, if I wanted to be a professional musician, and now we're going to start relating this to your business. If I wanted to be a professional musician, okay, and I had a guitar, and I didn't know how to play anything. I didn't know how to play a chord. I didn't know scales. I don't know music theory. I don't know how to read music. If I wanted to be a professional musician, and I didn't know how to play the guitar, would I be able, what are the chances, what are the odds that I could be a professional musician? What do you think? Comment that below. Let's get a lot of interaction. I want a lot of engagement right now because I'm going to ask you guys a lot of questions. We're going to start talking about this. So if I picked up a guitar and I love my guitar is amazing, and I wanted to be a professional musician, but I didn't know how to play it. What are the odds are that I could become a professional musician? What are the odds are that I could get paid really good amount of money and become a professional musician without knowing how to play the guitar? What are the odds? Okay. Yeah. 0, right? Probably 0 odds that I would make that happen. Now, if you got started in an online business, right? If you started your online business and you joined the funnel team and you joined my econ, you partnered up with us, and you didn't create any content. You didn't post about your business. You didn't share your business. You didn't share your link. You didn't do anything. What are the odds that you're going to make money? How much money are you going to make if you don't take any action? Okay? You joined the team. You watched a bunch of videos, but you didn't do jack shit. You're just sitting there watching videos, not taking any action. What are the odds that you're going to make money? Okay? What are your odds? How realistically are you going to make money with your business? Probably not that good, right? You may get a rotator sale here and there, right? May. But realistically, are you going to build a big team? Are you going to make that much? You joined for a reason. You're here for a reason. You want to make probably, $500 a week, $500 a day, $500 a month. You probably want to make enough money, pay your bills and, supplement your income, that type of stuff. Maybe you want to do this full time like some of us. But the chances are, if you don't do anything, if you don't take any action, you're not going to get anywhere. Okay. Now, let's say again, my dream of being a professional musician, playing guitar for a living. What if I learned one chord? That's E major right there. What if I learned one chord and I got good at that one chord? I was like, I figured out how to play a chord. What are the chances that knowing one chord, I can now become a professional musician? If I know that one chord, is that good enough to become a professional musician and make money for a living playing that one chord? Well, there's a really small chance that I could create a TikTok account, I could create a Facebook account, I could create a YouTube account, and I could be the one chord guitar player. I know one chord. Look at me go. And maybe, just maybe, that channel might take off. I might have a viral video. I may get lucky. But chances are, it's probably not going to happen. So if you relate that to your business, what if you get started, you're here, you watch some videos, you set up your stuff, and you post one video. You literally post one video. I know one chord on guitar, okay? What if I post one video? Is that one video gonna make you a ton of money? Is that one video gonna make you rich? Is that one video gonna make you thousands of dollars a month? What do you guys think? Yes or no? You take action, you post one video, one piece of content. What's that gonna do for your business? Now again, like a one chord guitar player, I may get really lucky. You may post one video. That one video may take off. It may get millions of views. Chances are probably not. Okay? Now, what if, and you guys can maybe see where this is going, what if I got the guitar out and I learned a lot of chords? And I learned how to play all the chords. Not all the chords, but I learned a lot of chords, right? And I figured those things out. And I figured out the different chord positions on the neck, where to play them, and I started figuring out more chords. And now I'm a guitar player that knows all the chords, and now let's say I can effectively strum them together. Right? I can play a little bit of a melody knowing all those chords. You guys can kind of hear the melody there, right? What are the odds now? What are the chances now that I could become a professional musician now that I've learned some chords and figured out how to put them together? You think the odds, the chances are a little bit better? Would I maybe be able to get a little more attention? Would I maybe be able to have more people seeing my content because now I've figured out a little bit more? Am I maybe a professional musician? Do I know everything about the guitar? Can I play everything on the guitar? Am I as good as other people that have been playing? Maybe not. But now, what have I done? I've now increased my skills. I've increased my skills and I've become more valuable. Does that make sense? Comment makes sense. I've increased my skills and I've become more valuable. And in theory, the more valuable I become as a guitar player and as a musician, the more valuable I become in the marketplace, the more people will seek me out. So what if you, instead of just doing one piece of content, what if you created dozens of pieces of content? What if you created dozens of pieces of content and you attracted more people? Your content became, wait for it, your content became more interesting because you learned how to create better content. Just like I would learn how to play all the chords. Okay? I learned how to play all the chords. Okay? You become more valuable. So instead of just hoping to strike it rich with one thing, learning one chord, now you learn more things. Okay? Now, let's say what as a guitar player, I hope this is making sense for you guys so far. What if I not only, as a guitar player, if my dream is to become a professional musician, I not only learn all the chords, right? I learn all the chords. Now, what if I start learning scales and how to tie the scales to the chords? What if I start learning that and I start learning how to play these scales? Is that going to make me more valuable? Will I become more valuable if I learn all the scales and all the positions in all those scales? Do I then become more valuable by knowing all the scales and and then what keys those scales are in? Okay? I learn all the keys. I learn the theory. I learn how to tie the scales. If I'm going to play a scale, I know how to tie that on top of a chord. Does that make me more of a valuable musician? Do I increase my odds of becoming a professional musician if I know how to take a chord, right? If I'm going to take a G chord, right? You ready for this? Here's some basic music for you. If I take a G chord and then I want to play a part of a G major scale, right on G, right? I don't know if you guys can hear that, but anyway, does that make me more valuable? Do I increase my chances of getting seen more, creating content, trying to become a professional musician? I'm now making videos about what I'm learning, and I'm sharing this with people on TikTok. I'm sharing this with people on Facebook. I'm sharing this with people on YouTube about everything that I'm learning, my journey to becoming a professional musician. Hey, look, I know chords, I know scales. I know how to play that stuff. You know, I'm increasing my skill sets. I'm becoming more valuable as a musician. What if you, in your business, you didn't just learn how to create a short form video. You learned how to create a short form video. You learn how to get good at a short form video. You learn how to develop hooks. You learn how to follow the 4-point formula. I'm using 3, but you know what I mean. 4, you learn how to follow the 4-point formula in your short form videos. You learn how to take your short form videos. You can post them on YouTube Shorts. You can post them on Instagram. You can post them on Facebook Reels. You can post them on TikTok. Okay? Because you know how to do all that stuff. You have the training, the knowledge, the know-how, the step-by-step guidance. You know how to do all those things. Can you become more valuable as a marketer, as a content creator, as a home-based business owner if you learn how to get really good at creating content? Yes or no? Can you get really good? Can you increase your value in the marketplace? Can you increase your value, okay, as someone who someone might want to take a look at, someone who might want to join you because you know what you're doing? You're getting really good at what you're doing. You can create great short form videos. You know, you get people's attention. People watch your content and they get intrigued. They want to know more because now you're learning how to get really good at what you do. Do you think you would increase your odds, increase your chances of getting a sale if you learned how to get good, learn how to get good at short form content, learn how to get good at the the 4-point formula, learn how to get good at the DM formula? Would you increase your odds, increase your chances of becoming better, increasing your value in the marketplace? Of course you would. Of course you would. Okay. Now, lastly, and we'll circle it back to this. Okay. One more thing. Now, and this is where I'll stretch myself here a little bit. Now, what if you learned all the chords? You learned all the chords. You learned all the scales. Rondo. And then you learned how to play a guitar solo. You learned how to play a guitar solo. So if I'm in the key of G, I'm in the key of G, then you start learning how to really stand out above the crowd. Okay? You learn chords, right? There's a G. You learn how to do solos, basic solos. Now, I'm not saying I'm a great soloer, but you know, you learn how to do basic stuff like that. Anyway, you learn basic solos. You learn, you know, where to put the solo, and you're really good. You're really creative. You know how to put the perfect solo into the perfect song, right? Would that increase my chances of becoming a professional musician? Okay, I know all the chords, right? I know all the chords. I know all the scales. I know those things. I know how to solo. Does that increase my chances? And then, is that going to increase my chances? What if I know how to solo and sing at the same time? Now I can sing and I can play guitar and I can play any chord, any scale, any solo. Would that increase my chances of becoming a professional musician? Would that make me a better musician? Would that make me more valuable? Would that make more people want to use me, utilize my skills, my services, my talent, because I became really good at what I did? Would that increase my value in the marketplace? And now what are the odds that I could become a professional musician, that I could literally play music for a living if I became a really skilled guitar player? I know the chords, I know the scales, I know how to solo, I know how all that stuff fits together, I know good basic music theory. What are the odds now that I could become a professional musician? Now for you and your business, what if you got really good at short form videos? What if you really understood how the 4-point formula worked? What if you really understood how to create great hooks in your video? What if you really understood how to have great energy? Do you know how to have great energy in your video? Or, hey, Daniel here, I wanted to make this video for you today and talk about making $100 a day. Or is that your video? What if you learned how to have energy in your video? What if you learned how to have energy in your video? Would you become more valuable? Would you generate more leads? Would you have your videos seen and viewed more, shared more, engaged on more? Because you've become better at your craft, better at short form videos, better at hooks, better at calls to action. And now maybe even you learn even more skill sets, how to get really good on Instagram, how to get really good on TikTok, how to get really good on YouTube, how to post great tutorials on YouTube, how to learn how to guide somebody through a process in a 20-minute YouTube video and really spell out for them what they're getting involved in, who they're getting involved with, what value and benefits and bonuses and everything that they get. Now, if you learned how to do all that stuff and you got really good at that stuff, how do you think you'd do in your business? Okay? If you learned those things and you got really good at those things, how do you guys think you would do in your business? Okay? How do you, comment that down below right now. Okay? If you guys got really good at short form videos, really good at long form videos, really good at presenting the business, really good at creating content, how do you guys think you'd do in your business? Comment that down below. Okay? So the reason why I wanted to share this with you guys today is I want you to realize that this is a journey. This is a journey, guys. It takes practice. It takes practice. If I picked up the guitar, all right? That's right, multiple sales a day. And the best part is, Heather and everyone else commenting, you can get there. You can get there. Okay? You can get there. You have the ability. You have the skills. You just need the mindset and the attitude to get there. That's it. So if I picked up a guitar when I was 10 years old, which is the truth, that's when I first picked up a guitar. If I grabbed a guitar when I was 10 years old and I went, and now fortunately for me, and this is something that, you can think about. I want to paint another picture for you here. I have an advantage playing piano. Piano and guitar come naturally for me, comes easily for me. Now, why is that? Well, specifically, I have big hands. I literally have large hands, and my spread on my fingers is probably, I don't even know. That's probably 8-9 inches right there. I can scale the guitar and I can scale a piano really easily. I have a long reach on the guitar. So guitar, for me somewhat came naturally. I mean, I still had to work at it, but guitar came naturally for me. Will people out there, are there people on our team where recording yourself on camera is more natural for others than it is for maybe you? Of course. But you cannot compare yourself to other people. Like, you don't compare yourself to me. Don't compare yourself to Kirsty. Don't compare yourself to Bill, to Catherine, and anybody else. compare you to you. Okay? I could have picked up the guitar and I could have said, my fingers just don't want to bend this way. Like this shape, C major, by the way, that shape, when I first played that, I was like, that's a weird shape. And then I started learning other chords, D, F, C, G, A, E, right? I started learning other chords. And some chords were really difficult when I first learned them. Like your fingers just don't want to go into that position. I could have easily said, it's too difficult. It's too difficult. I'm not that good. Guitar's just not for me. I could have said that. I could have said that. You, when it comes to, figuring out this online thing, recording videos, editing videos, getting good at these videos, it's really, really, really easy for you to say, I'm not that good at it. Those things are too difficult. Anybody can reach into their pocket and grab an excuse. We're all capable of that. You know why? Because it's friggin' easy. It's super, super easy to just say, I'm not good enough. I can't figure it out. It's too hard. It's too techy. It's too this. I'm shy. I'm an introvert. All that shit's easy. That's why most people do it, because it's easy. Giving up and quitting is easy. And you know what that means? Here's where we sum it all up. You know what that means? Just means that you don't want it bad enough. If you're going to give yourself an out, if you're going to give yourself an excuse, it simply just means you don't want it bad enough. That's the truth. Cold, hard, raw, and very real. That's the truth. Now, if I was a kid and I was learning how to play guitar, or you're an adult and you're learning how to play guitar and you're like trying to figure out how to play a D chord, and you're like, man, my fingers just don't want to bend that way. Well, do you think if I tried a little bit today, and then I tried a little bit later today, and then I tried tomorrow, and I tried later tomorrow, and then I tried playing this D chord for like 10 days in a row, do you think that I would get better after 10 days? Do you think that I would get better at learning how to play a D chord? I would, because I played it for 10 days in a row. I practiced it for 10 days in a row, okay? And then I can start figuring out all that other stuff. So the point is, picture the guitar analogy. You know what I mean? Like it's easy to be like, nope, can't figure it out. Too many strings, too many notes, too many things to learn. Can't figure it out. Well, here's the reality. You could figure it out if you wanted to. But it's just easier to say that you can't. It's easier to say that you don't know how. It's easier to say that you don't, you're not good enough. All that stuff's easy, guys. Don't take the easy way out. Don't be like everybody else. Put the time in. Practice, 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 practice. You could basically look at, all the people that are making sales. Shannon's and Catherine's and Kirsty's and Bill and me and, Clifton and Clint and everybody else. That stuff is easier for us, and that stuff is more fluent for us because we've been practicing longer. Just like music, just like learning how to play guitar, learning how to play a piano, learning how to play drums. We've just been practicing longer. So the more you practice, the better you get. The better you get, the more money you make. Keep it simple, guys. Keep it simple. Okay? So I hope you guys appreciate this. I hope this stuff makes sense. Hopefully you guys smell what I'm stepping in today. I hope so. And that's really it, guys. That's really all I got for you today. My G string went way out of tune there. All right, anyway. That's it. That's all I got for you on this Friday. That's all I got. Just wanted to give you that analogy. I was thinking of that last night and thinking of that this morning. And I was like, you know what? I said, you know what? I'll bust out the guitar. I'll rock some stuff out for you. And that's it, my friends. That's it. That's it. Now, get out there, guys. Go enjoy your day. Go create that content. Use that FOMO for tonight. Remember, webinar pages, the webinar funnels, the capture pages, the sales funnels, those expire tonight. FOMO, FOMO, FOMO. Remember, practice. Practice at getting people to the webinar replay. Practice it. Okay, you guys have all of the training. Okay, you guys have all of that. Everything. Okay, so there you go. Rock out. Does that do anything? Rock out? Rock. Anything? No? Okay. Anyway, we'll go out with a bang. Catch you guys later. Wait for it. There it is. Fireworks. Later, guys. Appreciate you.